You know, most people actually tell people to calm down beforehand. You know, like, hey, we need to get our heads together and, you know, solve out because the children are missing. You know what Asta does? Smacks motherfucker in the head saying, shut the fuck up. This is the plan. We're going in. God damn it, Asta. Why do I love you so much? So I've got to say, being introduced to this chapter with a nice colour page of like Noelle and Mimosa, I've got to say, I was like, you dirty little fucking dog, I see what you're trying to do. But the first got to mind was like, oh my god, why are these two girls so fucking hot? Like, Jesus Christ. I mean, it's nice to see a little bit of silver and a little bit Mimosa showing a bit of skin. You know, we don't see that in like this series at all. I'm like, you know what? For something that's never shown at all in the series, you have it in the colour page, it's fine, go ahead, write for it. And when we like actually talked to the church, where I thought we're actually going to be evil and stuff, because I mean, come on, look at her, she's got a giant ass scar, and she looks evil and old as fuck, so it's like, oh, all the children from the church has been taken, her, like, you know, the girl from last week's girl, like, girls and brother have been taken and all that, and it's like, you know, like, he immediately, Gauche, like, goes, like, starts choking the fuck out of this, saying, yo, you gotta fucking, you just, like, this shit, it was your fault and all that, what were you doing and all that, it's like, you piece of shit, it's like, you know what? I got nothing to vent my anger on. I'm gonna fucking punch you in the face like that. He actually was gonna actually punch like this Sister Teresa in the actual face, and Asta takes the blow for it. It's like, oh, now, Gauche, you know, just calm down a little. All right, and just smacks him in the head. I'm like, ding, ding, ding. He just got knocked the fuck out. He's like, yeah, you should always keep a cool head. And like, you see Vermilion there, and I'm like, he learned so much from Vermilion in that short time. It's like, okay, maybe there could be use a little difference in it. It's like, yeah, okay, like, maybe you didn't have to headbutt him. And he's like, yo, I was like, oh, all right, you're right. I'll kill you calmly. And it's just like blood everywhere. I'm like, oh dear God, you just made things worse, Asta. And it's like, you know what? They all, like, Teresa, Gauche, Asta, they're like, you know what? We're coming to, you know, like, we're going to actually, you know, take care of this and deal with it. I like how Asta, since he can't use a broom and all that, he's, like, hanging for dear life on Gauche's one. He's like, oh, dear God. And even Noelle, as she, like, got there, was like, oh, by the way, just report this to the Magic Knights that there's been an incident. I kind of felt a little bit annoyed that Noelle, like, was just like, I just got decided not to report this, but mind you, she has a lot of screen time recently, so it's like, hey, get it to Gauche and everyone like that, that's fine. And when we see the actual people that kidnapped him, it seems like a brother, like, two brothers, and it's like, really? It's like, one of them's like, oh yeah, you're all my friends and all that, let's get along. And we find out that the actual sister, like, you know, Gauche was like, oh, I'm not under this spell because my brother gave me this and said it will protect me from the magic. Then why the fuck did you just go with them? Why didn't you hide? Like, I don't know, like, this thing a little bit weird. It's like, oh, the magic might have worn off or something like that. If that's the case, then that's cool. But it's like, I think it's like, why don't you just hide? Or maybe she just went to follow her friends. Like, I mean, that's how kids are. So honestly, you can see that. And then when she actually said, you know, oh, that's not a real friend putting under spells and just telling what to do and all that, and just bitch slaps the kid and all that, and saying like, oh, don't do that to him, like, Niege, I believe his name was Niege, like, and turns out from what these guys are, these two pieces of shit and all that, is that they're actually extracting magic from these little kids, so I'm guessing, like, when they're young and all that, they have a very big, vast pool of, like, mana inside of them, so I'm really curious about that, but it's like, really, like, he actually grabs, like, one of the kids and he's like, oh, he hasn't got nothing in him and all that. It's like, bring me stronger ones. He just throws it fucking outside. I was like, he just threw a kid, like, smashing him on rocks and stuff. And I was like, oh my God, that is fucked up. Like, Jesus Christ. Some fucking child abuse right there. But it's like, oh, let's just extract the magic right away. And we see right at the end, you know, all of them are getting close to arriving there. So, you know, next week we're going to get to see, like, some real sick-ass shit, I think, from maybe Teresa. Maybe we'll find out that she was an old, like, magic knight or something, and she, you know, pulled her fucking weight around, get to see what Gauche can really do with, like, his magic art, when he's not fighting Asta. Maybe, like, throughout this stuff, he'll actually realize that, you know, hey, what? Asta's an actual decent guy, you know? Maybe we should actually respect him a little bit more, just because he's like, oh, I want to, like, be cool with, like, your sister and stuff like that. It's like, he's not going to do anything, man. Asta's a harmless little fucking guy, you know? But I enjoyed this one. I mean, I'm glad we're starting to rev up just like some interesting stuff in this arc. So we honestly looking forward to see what these two villains can do and see if they're anything, or they're just like kind of like, they're the villain of the week or something like that. I'm kind of curious if they're going to be something, or they're going to lead to like a more like bigger plot line for that thing. We'll have to wait and see. Honestly, I give this one a 7 out of 10. I did enjoy this one, and I can't wait to see. Like, it was great build up. Honestly, I really can't wait to see what these two brothers can do. So let me see what you know in the comment section down below. But that's all from me. So thank you much for watching as always, and I'll catch you guys next time.